It is time for testing training, and today's class is on test lead interview questions and answers. This video is useful for you if you are going to appear in a test lead interview. In this video, I will not explain the basic testing questions that are asked in a tester interview, but this is for a test lead position. So the expectation of your employer is going to be that you already have a very good idea about testing and you already know how to do testing efficiently and with high quality. The difference between a tester and a test lead is that the test lead is responsible not only for his or her own work but also the output of the team that is working under the test lead. So let us get started with the questions. These are the questions that I have used myself in interviewing test leads. So let us get started. One of the questions can be, what tasks do you do in the beginning of a project? Well, all these questions can be formatted differently depending on the choice of the interviewer. So you should keep in mind exactly what tasks are done in the beginning of the project and make sure you cover all these points. So at the beginning of the project, one of the important tasks is to look at the requirements and make sure that the requirements are reviewed in that they are complete, correct, unambiguous, not conflicting with other requirements, and also they are testable. So this is one of the responsibilities of the test lead. The test lead can analyze the requirements themselves, or they can delegate it to the testers within the team to do the same. But this is an important task that is required to be done in the beginning of the project. The next is plan and organize the knowledge transfer. Sometimes the testing team has to work on a very new project for maybe a new customer or in the new industry, or where the development team is totally new. So it is important for the team to be familiar with the system that they are going to be testing, whether it is the existing version of the system or it is the system corresponding to a particular industry. So the team should get very familiar with that. So the test lead should plan the knowledge transfer for and make sure it is done. Then when the knowledge transfer is taking place and the requirements are being analyzed, there will be lots of questions that are raised by the tester. So make sure to consolidate all the questions and get them answered by the business person. Another responsibility in the beginning of the project is to have the kickoff meeting. The kickoff meeting is a very useful meeting to basically highlight the project objectives and make sure everyone is on the same page and they are willing to do their best in the project. Now if you look at the questions, so these questions are useful not only for the test lead in their own work in the project but also for the testers. So just keep in mind that the questions can be framed differently. So you should highlight all these responsibilities that you are capable of performing at the beginning of the project. Another important question can be about the test planning. Now, test planning and testing are the important responsibilities of the test lead. So this question is an opportunity for the test lead to highlight their planning skills. One of the tasks required in the test planning is for the scoping. So depending on what kind of testing is required as per the requirements and other things like there may be standards or regulations, or there may be existing system, or there may be competing systems. So with respect to that, whatever tests are required, so scope those tests, whether functional testing and performance testing is required, whether functional, performance and security testing is required. So whatever is the scope of the test, that should be determined by the test lead. An important responsibility in test planning is to come up with the test strategy. Test strategy is unique for every project, and it should be the most efficient way to achieve all the testing objectives in the project. So there will be several constraints in terms of team size, team skills, and also what requirements have to be tested, what are the constraints related to the test environment that is available. So keeping in mind all the constraints, so to come up with the test strategy that allows for the most efficient and high quality testing to happen in the project. So that is what test strategy is all about, and the test lead comes up with the test strategy. There may be certain tools that are required. So common tools are for test management. It is possible that automation is used in the project to cut down on the effort. So whatever tools are required, the test lead should identify those tools. Estimation is another important task of the test lead. So the test lead has to estimate what is the overall testing effort it is going to take and what is going to be the team size. Now when estimating for the team size, the skills and the schedule also have to be taken into consideration. If the test strategy is really powerful, then testing can be done in the efficient manner. So there the team size is going to be optimized and also the test effort will be optimized. So estimation involves coming up with the optimized test effort and team size that is required to do the testing. Then based on the test strategy and the estimate, create the actual schedule. What are going to be the different tasks, starting from top level tasks, drilling down, and in what order those tasks will be performed, whether tasks have dependencies on one another, and which tasks are assigned to which testers in the team. There may be some training required to be given to the testers to bring them up to speed to their tasks, whatever tasks have been assigned to them in the schedule. So the test lead has to identify those training requirements. Test environment is an important part of testing. So the test lead has to determine what is the test environment that is required, whether it is a replica of the production environment or whatever hardware, software and network is required. So the test lead determines the test environment and makes sure it is available before the testing begins. In some organizations, metrics are used. So whatever metrics are required by the management or the client, so the test lead should identify the minimum set of test metrics that are going to be collected, because there is going to be an overhead of collecting the metrics and reporting the same. Another responsibility is to create the software test plan document, which outlines the approach for the testing, how it is going to be performed, which role in the team are going to perform which tasks, are there any assumptions or are there any constraints or are there any dependencies. So the overall approach for the entire testing based on the test strategy, effort estimate and the schedule is described in the test plan, and the testers in the team can go through the test plan and make sure they are totally in line with the entire test plan. It is important to get the test plan reviewed with the stakeholders, and in some organizations there is a requirement to get the test plan approved or signed off or communicated to the stakeholders. So that is another responsibility of the test lead. So as we can see in the previous questions, so overall the test lead responsibility is for planning all the testing work and making sure the testing work is all executed with efficiency and high quality. So this is a theme that is going to occur again and again in the interview. So can you get the testing done efficiently? Can you get the testing done with high quality? So all these questions give you an opportunity to highlight your strengths in these areas. So we have already seen the tasks at the beginning of the project and also the test planning process. So let us move on now. Now the test team does not work in isolation. They work as part of a larger team. The larger team also consists of the developers, the business people, product owners, the end users, customers, production support. There can be a very big extended team. So it is important for the test lead to keep the entire extended team informed of the progress. So communication is very important on a regular basis. So test lead communicates with the client and other people in the team on a regular basis, whether by emails or by meetings or messages, whatever is the preferred mode of communication. And communication is especially important if the team is geographically separated. So there are some people in one location and other people in other locations. So there has to be to and fro communication. This is very important to make sure that the team is on track and they get the support of the entire extended team at all times. The test lead has to track the assigned tasks as given in the schedule and also the software test plan to make sure that people are on track and there are not going to be any unexpected delays. An important communication is reporting the status to the stakeholders. So the test lead should come up with the status report and communicate the same to the stakeholders. So this status report contains data like what is the overall test plan, how is the schedule going, whether the tasks are behind schedule, on schedule or ahead of schedule, if there are any issues being faced by the team, what is their possible resolution, how is the quality of the system looking so far. So all these things appear in the status report, and it is an important means of communication with all the stakeholders in the project. When the testing happens, the test results are available, and the test lead consolidates and reports these test results to make the stakeholders aware of the current quality status of the system. Not only has the test lead inform the testing team's own progress to the other people in the extended team, but also the test lead should get information on whatever are the latest releases or builds coming, so that they can plan their work accordingly and also communicate the same information to the testers in the team. There may be some issues with some other people in the extended team. So the test lead has to identify those issues. So for example, there is a returned bug report from the developer. So the test lead can coordinate between the developer and the tester and make sure the issue is resolved. Now let us move to the next question, and if you know test automation, then here is an opportunity to highlight your test automation skills. So talking of test automation, how can you contribute to the same? So the test lead can create and maintain the test automation framework. Some ready-made test automation frameworks are available, and also the test lead can enhance any existing framework or build a test automation framework, whatever is most appropriate for that project, and become an owner of that test automation framework. If the test automation is being created by the testers, so the test lead reviews the test automation and make sure that they are in line with the test automation goals, and the test automation is efficient and useful in the testing process. The test lead can help in maintaining the test automation suite of the project. As more and more releases are tested, it is important to make sure the test automation suite is up to date, and the test lead can contribute in maintaining the test automation suite so that it is entirely up to date with the system that the team is testing. If the test automation is available and it is useful, then advantage should be taken of the same, and here the test lead can take the responsibility of executing the test automation, or they can delegate the execution of test automation to the testers in the team, those who have the necessary skills. So here are some of the ways in which the test lead can contribute to the test automation. And test automation is an important topic in some teams, depending on their maturity level and the usefulness of test automation. So here is another opportunity to contribute. Sometimes the test cases have to be updated. Most of the times the tests are updated with respect to requirement changes, or there may be defects which have to be tested. So the test automation suite also has to be updated alongside that. Now let us move on to the next question. So on a daily basis, what is your routine? Well, on a daily basis, the test lead is mainly involved in reviews and also in making sure the test environment is working correctly. But here are these points in detail. So on a daily basis, the test lead reviews the test cases and test data that are built by the testers, and make sure whatever review comments are there, so those are addressed to make the test cases and test data better to provide better testing. The test lead tracks the new requirements or any changes to the requirements, and make sure that those changes get reflected in the test cases and test data, because they are going to be tested. The important responsibility on a daily basis is to make sure the test environment is available and working correctly. So obviously the test environment has to be controlled. So the test lead contributes in controlling the test environment, giving access only to the authorized users, for instance, applying the various patches as required, and also optimize it so that the test environment is available using the minimum number of minimum amount of resources. The test lead can administer the project in the test management system. If there is a new team member, their user has to be added to the test management system, and also some privileges need to be changed. So this is one of the less important daily responsibilities. Also administer the application that is being tested. So some tester may require a particular kind of a role or a particular kind of a user. So since the test lead is responsible for controlling the test environment, so this is one of the responsibilities of the test lead. Then on a daily basis, the test lead ensures that as per the schedule, the tasks are assigned to the testers, and they are on their task if there are any delays, etc. So the test lead resolves those issues, and sometimes the estimate may be off, so it may be required to reassign, redistribute the testing tasks. And finally, ensure that each team member is occupied, so nobody is very much overloaded or just waiting for tasks to arrive doing nothing. So make sure that everyone in the team is occupied optimally. So overall, on a daily basis, the important task for a test lead is review the testing activities, track the new requirements, and control the test environment. Let us move on to the next question. Testers produce bug reports. So the test lead is responsible to ensure that all the testers in the team log good quality bug reports. So the way to do that is to first of all review the bug reports. Do not let the testers simply log the bug reports and see what happens, but to review, to make sure that they are good quality bug reports. And in some cases the tester may need some kind of advice or suggestions in order to log good quality bug reports, and also to assign the bug reports to the concerned developer, so that the time is not wasted and the developers can action that very quickly. Then if there are any defect reports or bug reports that are returned, then find out what is the reason for the same and talk to the concerned tester who has logged that bug report, and make sure that the same mistake does not happen. Maybe required data was not supplied, or the required environment details were not given, due to which the developer was unable to reproduce the bug report. So make sure that the tester understands it, and from next time they provide all the required information. Then ensure that all the fixed, that means the resolved defects, are retested, not to just take it for granted that developer has fixed the defect, but to make sure that everything is retested. So in order to have the testers produce good quality work with efficiency, it is important to review and let them know various things, so that they are able to produce high quality work in an efficient manner. Let us move on to the next question. Since the test lead is responsible not only for own performance but also for the performance of the team, their efficiency and quality of work, so it becomes important to motivate the team. So the test lead does several things to motivate the team. First of all is the test lead should be approachable and available. So one of the ways in which this can be done is to sit with the team, or if in a different geographical location, then be available to the team at all times during the working hours, to make sure that they are able to freely communicate with the test lead. Then organize team meetings, and make sure that the testers speak freely in the team meetings with their progress, the issues they are facing, any problems they are having, technical problems or problems related to their knowledge of the system, whatever issues are there, make sure they are heard and they are actioned. Some testers may need training, so otherwise they will not be able to do the job efficiently. So organize training for such testers, and also review the status report of the testers, because testers sometimes mention problems with the schedule, with the quality, with their understanding, or any other issue in the status report. So make sure all those problems are addressed. So this is how the test lead motivates the team, and by being approachable, by talking to them on a regular basis, by addressing their issues, and that's how the team feels that they are cared for and their issues are resolved, and this enables them to produce efficient, produce high quality work, and with speed and efficiency. Okay, let us move on now, and this is the last question. Not only should the test lead be worried about increasing the skill level of the testers in the team, they also have to be looking at upgrading their own skills. So the question is, do you do anything to improve your own skills? Well, learning is very important, so you can mention that you are always learning the latest testing techniques, whether it is test design methods, or how to come up with test strategies, latest testing tools, test automation frameworks, and so on. Then the test lead also is aware of whatever are the current projects going on in the organization and what are the upcoming projects. So if additional skills are required in the future projects, they can prepare for the same today instead of waiting for the project to start, and this way they can contribute more. And finally, the test lead has to manage time very well in order to be able to contribute more and more, because not only do they have their own tasks they have to do on a daily basis, they have to do a lot of planning, they have to do a lot of communication, they have to resolve a lot of issues. So time management is very important. So learning the latest things in testing, becoming a better tester themselves, being aware of current and future projects, and time management allow the test lead to improve his or her own skills rapidly. Now let us go to a summary of all these questions and answers so that we can look at them one by one. Before we start the summary, let me remind you that test lead is responsible for their own work and also for the work of the team of testers. And overall, in a nutshell, their responsibilities are planning and executing all the testing related work in the project with high quality and with high efficiency. And these questions are just different angles of looking at the same thing. So let us have a final recap. What tasks do you do in the beginning of the project? In the beginning of the project, requirement review, planning, and kickoff are the tasks. Can you walk through your test planning process? So scoping the different kind of tests that are required based on requirements, coming up with an efficient test strategy, estimating the effort and the team size, scheduling all the tasks in line with the test strategy and the estimate, and describing the entire test approach in the test plan document. How would you keep the extended team informed of your team's progress? Regular communication, communication via status reports, and communication via test results. Talking of test automation, how can you contribute to the same? The test lead can contribute by enhancing the framework, by reviewing the test automation created, making sure the test automation is updated, and the available test automation is executed to get those benefits. Can you speak of your daily routine as a test lead? On a daily basis, the test lead tracks and reviews the work with respect to the schedule, controls and maintains the test environment to make sure it is available for the testing, and resolve the issues. How will you ensure that testers log good quality bug reports, review their bug reports, make sure they are assigned to the correct person, and also track all the bug reports as they move through the bug life cycle? How do you motivate your team? First of all, be approachable, then review their work regularly, have team meetings in which the testers speak freely about their progress and their issues, and organize trainings to build up their skills so that they can contribute more. Do you do anything to improve your own skills? Yes. The test lead is learning on a continuous basis, then they are aware of the current projects that are going on in the organization, the future projects that may happen, and also very good at time management. So these are the different questions that are asked in the test lead interview, and they can be phrased differently, but overall, if you understand this, you will be able to highlight your strengths as a test lead so that you are able to not only perform your own work, but also your team performs testing work with high quality and high efficiency. So best of luck for your interview, and thank you.